Hi, here's the scene. Jewish people are like running for their lives, and they end up at the sea. And they're looking right, left. Oh my gosh, where are they gonna go? There's incredible army chasing them, and there's no place to go. There's the sea. And all of a sudden, the bones of Yosef reach the water's edge, and the waters split. First of all, we're taught that the waters made a deal with Hashem, that when the Jewish people were going to arrive at the water's edge, that they were going to be able to go forth, and because the waters were promising that they would split. So why is it when the Jewish people came to the water's edge that it didn't split? And why only till Yosef came to the water's edge did it split? Well, guess what? You remember learning that the Jewish people really reached the lowest level of Tumah? So when the waters made that agreement with Hashem up in Shamayim, they saw the Jewish people in the most pristine state. So when they reached the water's edge, they were like, these people were worshiping idols. These people don't look like or act like the Jews. Okay, the Jews are supposed to be coming soon. Okay, we'll wait. And all of a sudden, Yosef, who stayed a tzaddik throughout his exile in Mitzrayim, came to the water's edge, and the waters were like, oh, here's the Jew we were supposed to split the sea for, I guess. Voila! And then they started splitting. So this whole story teaches us a profound lesson in marriage and relationships. The idea is as follows. Up in Shamayim, we got to know each other's souls, and it was just blissful. Come into this world, and all of a sudden, the world and the temptations and the Yetzer Haras kind of bury the tzaddik that we were up in Shamayim, kind of like Yosef was buried in a casket. And when the casket came to the water's edge, Moshe Rabbeinu said, you see, liken to this casket, and the bones of Yosef are inside here, and he was a tzaddik. These Jewish people, they're really holy. It's just the exile that kind of, took a number and a toll on them. So, split. They're here. You're just not seeing them. It's just covered. Deep within them, their essence of their soul is there. Just like deep inside this casket is the holy tzaddik of Yosef. And if you look at the word essence, it's coming from etzem, which comes from the word atzamot, bones. So every time we see the outer behavior of a person, we have to remember that deep inside there's an incredible soul, and we were in tune with that unity with that soul, especially our spouse, up in Shamayim. There's another teaching. That's why Yaakov was asked by Rivka to put these garments of Esav and pretended he was Esav to get the blessings, because Rivka wanted for all time to empower all Jews that when you see and think, you're seeing an Esav, but you have to remember it's a call Yaakov. Deep inside the garments, this vest of Esav represents this garment of the soul, that's the thoughts, the speech, and actions that can go, in a negative way, is not really the person. There's a call Yaakov deep inside. And if you treat him like gold and honor him and respect him, like we women do have that extra bina, and we have that capability of really, using our mind to think of all these concepts to help us cope with some of the challenges of our relationships. And then you will help bring out the the real gold within them. And it'll be more apparent, and you'll be able to experience a more blissful relationship with everybody in your life, because you constantly are on the ball, and you're constantly like really hearing the voice of Yaakov and remembering the message of Yosef HaTzadik in the casket. Okay, my sweet. Hope that really helps you too.